In his fury at Barnabas Collins, Jeb Hawkes has lashed out at all who are close to him. Maggie Evans, revealed as a traitor, was marked for murder in the tower room until something unseen terrified Jeb and drove him away. Julia Hoffman has seen Jeb filled with terror, and now she sees the thing that has frightened him.
Who are you? What do you want? Tell me. Tell me, who are you? Willie and Maggie didn't see the presence that let them out of the tower. I saw a caped figure, but it was impossible to see who it was.
And all we do know is that there's another force working in this house against the same people that we're fighting against.
And I'm grateful for it. And so are Willie and Maggie, I'm sure. Come in.
What are you two conspiring about?
We were just wondering when Maggie would be back.
I'm surprised she didn't say something to you. You always seem to know what's going on.
Well, in this case, I don't. I'll have to rely on you to tell me.
Well, in her note, she said that she'd be back as soon as she settled a family situation.
I hope it'll be soon.
I hope so, too. It's difficult to imagine life without her at Collinwood.
Now that I don't understand at all. Yesterday she tried to kill Maggie. Today she obviously lies and smiles graciously and wishes that Maggie were back.
Quentin, this is a house. This is a house of lies. The only way to bring these people back to the truth is to smile and lie just as they do.
You're quite right, Julia. And I've had a few years' practice in the art of deception, so I ought to be pretty good.
Let me get you some more coffee.
Yes, this is exactly the time for two close friends to have a nice, quiet cup of coffee.
Mrs. Johnson has just told me that Maggie Evans has left us for a while.
Yes, Elizabeth told me that she had a family problem.
Well, she's not the only one. You've come back.
No. I'm not who you think I am, or what you think. I'm alive. I'm not a ghost.
What do you know about the ghost?
Only that I happen to look very much like him, unfortunately, but not unexpectedly. I'm his descendant. I'm Quentin Collins.
So, at last I get to meet the cousin who appeared so mysteriously. I'm Roger Collins.
And if I hadn't have had amnesia when I arrived, there would be nothing mysterious, I assure you.
Oh, no. It can't be explained as simply as that. He was quite an unusual fellow, Quentin Collins. There's no question of it. He was cruel, terrifying, perhaps even murderous when he couldn't get his own way. And yet, you know, I'm fascinated by that man. I'd like to know much more about him. And I think you can tell me.
Oh, I'm afraid I can tell you nothing about him. It seems that the original Quentin Collins disappeared when he was very young. In fact, he only lived with my great-grandmother for a very short time.
Yes, go on.
Well, there's nothing more to tell. The only thing he left behind was his name.
Oh, he left something else. He left a remarkable resemblance. Remarkable.
Yes, so I've been told. So many times, in fact, that I'm beginning to feel a bit guilty about the way he behaved to your young son and the little girl.
Well, you mustn't feel that way, of course. Oh, Julia, Mr. Collins and I have just been talking. It seems that he doesn't know very much about the original Quentin Collins. We must correct that.
Well, perhaps he isn't interested in the past. Some people like looking forward to the future.
Oh, but certainly he wants to know where Quentin fitted into the family tree, and I want to know exactly which branch.
Oh, I really don't think you would be interested in that.
Oh, we can stand a little shock or two every now and then. Don't be frightened. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
No, something is the matter. You look frightened. Something is frightening you.
No, Roger, that's absurd. What could be frightening, Mr. Collins? There's no reason.
You'll just stop acting as if nothing has happened when I can clearly see that it has. I don't understand what or why, but something has frightened this man. It's as though the music had startled you.
Yes, I was rather, but I simply got caught so much in our conversation that I forgot that we weren't really alone in this house. I'm all right now. I'm fine.
Listen to what I found. Do you like it, Mr. Collins?
What in the world is going on here? Amy, what are you up to?
I'm not up to anything. I was just playing a record in the study. It's so old-timey, isn't it?
I don't think we need to hear that record, Amy.
And all the people who first listened to it are dead now, aren't they?
And I know we don't need that kind of talk.
But I like it. I like that record, even if it is scary. Do you like it, Mr. Collins? I asked you before, but you didn't answer.
Yes, Amy. I like it very much.
I'll play it again.
No, you will not play it again.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother anyone. But with Maggie gone, I had no lessons. And I was just looking for something to do.
Now, I'll find something for you to do. This house is full of good books, and we are going to find one of them.
She knows who I am.
Oh, that's impossible.
And why did she set the trap for me?
Oh, it wasn't a trap. It was just coincidence.
Oh, yes.
Yes, if she really felt that you were the same, she would never have dared come into the room like that.
She would have never dared come in here before. She's a very different girl now. Yesterday they made her capable of destroying Maggie. And today it's me.
Quentin, you must realize that it's not possible for anyone to discover your true identity.
They can't?
No, of course not. They can wonder, but they can't prove anything.
Let's hope you're right. Let's hope you're right.
And he turned pale when the music was playing. As pale as a ghost. He is the same one, David. But I'm not afraid of him anymore because Jeb's going to take care of him.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't.
What do you mean?
Jeb's got something else on his mind than Quentin. Something's after him. He's frightened.
Jeb's frightened? Of what?
I don't know. I've got to find out so I can protect him.
How can you protect him?
By looking in the book and finding out what it is that's frightening him. Then we can sit down together and figure out how to fight it. Bring me the book. It's on the 4th shelf behind that picture.
Here, David.
The book's had all the answers before. I just hope it has this one.
He's going to be one eventually, isn't he? It would be so much easier if he were one now. No, he isn't suspicious, Jeb. But he is my brother and David's father, and it's hard to close doors on him. He's so devoted to Collinwood, he'd be proud to know you feel that way. Goodbye.
Who was that?
Jeb Hawks.
Well, why were you discussing me?
We were discussing the carriage house. He finds it charming. I told him I'd tell you that.
I don't think it's very charming that he's staying there, and I can't understand why he is.
Well, there's nowhere else for him to go.
They still rent rooms in Collinsport.
Why, when we have so much space?
That doesn't mean we have to take in every stranger.
He's not a stranger. He and Carolyn are very fond of each other.
Fond enough to let him move in bag and baggage.
I have a feeling that he and Carolyn...
And I have a feeling that my niece deserves something better than an itinerant nobody who can snap a shutter once in a while.
That's another thing. He's teaching the children how to take pictures.
Well, I can teach my own son how to take pictures, if you please.
Really, Roger, just because I asked a young man to stay at the
No,
carriage
Elizabeth,
house...
don't go. Not until we have discussed our other guest. Why is Megan Todd here?
Philip in jail, she's so alone. She's so unhappy and ashamed of what he did.
Which includes the murder of your husband.
I know it looks strange to the world.
Never mind about the world. It looks very strange to me. And I want to know why. Elizabeth, I think these people should be sent away. They have some sort of danger about them. They're going to ruin this house.
Roger, you're being melodramatic.
Like Paul was when he first came back here.
He was so terribly disturbed.
But he was murdered. They wouldn't even let his body rest peacefully in the grave. Who took his body? And why? And what more do they want from us?
There is no they, Roger.
Why is Paul's body missing?
Don't you think I haven't thought about that? It's a terrible thing. I hate to even think about it.
Well, you're going to think about it. About that and about other things. Because I am too. Because you're different. You know that. And so is David. Even little Amy has changed.
Roger, you're imagining things.
No, I am not. There's something going on around this house that I don't like. And I'm going to find out what it is. I promise you that.
There's nothing in it, is there?
Not so far. There are a few.
What is it?
Just what we've been looking for.
What it is that's frightening, Jeb?
No. Can't frighten him if we can get rid of it. And we can. It says, if the spirit of a dead enemy should manifest itself from beyond the grave, there is a way to dispel its presence.
What happened to the lights?
I guess just the storm knocked them out. There's a candle over there. Bring it to me, Amy.
All right, David.
Hurry so I can see what it says.
The wind must have blown it out.
No, Amy. It wasn't the wind.
What do you mean?
There's something in here, a presence from beyond the grave. Can you feel that chill?
Yes. Oh, David, I'm frightened.
Don't be frightened, Amy. You've got to fight it. Got to.
But how?
By reading the book. There's a flashlight in the top drawer. Bring it to me. Hurry, Amy. There is one way to dispel its presence.
David.
He didn't want me to read the book.
David?
Well, I'm going to read it anyway. Get it for me, Amy.
No.
Amy, for Jeb's sake, get it!
David, let's get out of here before it comes after us.
No, Amy, it's not coming back. It's gone.
How do you know that?
Can't you feel it? The chill's gone.
Yes.
The lights are back on. It came here to do what it had to do, and now it's moved on.
But what are we going to do without the book?
I don't know, Amy. I really don't know.
Quentin, is Barnabas here?
No, I was looking for him myself. You care to join me?
Oh, no, thank you. I I think I'll continue walking.
Oh, I walk when I'm troubled by something.
Is it as bad as that? Does it
Yes.
show that much?
Yes, it does.
Well, I think perhaps I will stay, if you don't mind.
But
Actually, I wanted to talk to Barnabas because of a problem I have, but it might even be better to talk to you.
what do you mean?
Well, you're a member of the family and a stranger at the same time. You should have a clear perspective on Collinwood, seeing it for the first time. Oh, I don't know. Perhaps I'm wrong after all.
Wrong about what?
Everything seems strange to me. Events, people. My own sister seems a stranger. My own son lies and disobeys me. Everything is small, and yet it all adds up to something enormous. To some enormous horror that I can't understand. And I must understand it, I must.
Roger, would you please sit down? I'm going to take a chance. A big chance. I'm going to tell you an incredible story. And if you believe it, you'll be taking a chance too.
What do you mean?
Because what I'm going to tell you could cost you your life.
Can't reach Jeb. Where can he be?
I don't know, but we've got to. He's got to find out about the book.
I'd walk over and leave a note, but the storm seems to be getting worse.
Doesn't matter, you've got to go anyway. It's important, Aunt Elizabeth. It's very important.
To think that my son is involved in something so horrible. Well, at least I know what I must do.
What?
I'm going to take him away as quickly as possible.
They'll kill you before they let you take him.
I will have to take that chance.
You take the chance of them killing David too? Because they will, you know.
And if he stays here, what will happen to him? I can't even think about it.
We're trying to fight it. Barnabas, Julia, and myself. We could use your help.
If you lose your fight, I lose my son. Horribly.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know, Quentin. I don't know.
I wish Aunt Elizabeth would hurry. I wish she'd bring Jeb back here. I wish that storm would stop. I don't like it. And it's not the lights out again. But it wasn't the storm before. And it's not the storm now that's causing the darkness. Or that chill. Because the chill's back. And he's come back. Whoever he is, he's come back.
Who are you? Who are you? I've got to know.